Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. This is an intraday video on the 1 hour chart and 15-minute chart to see what happened and what it might happen for Bitcoin. So yesterday we saw, of course, a move towards the downside, very massive, of course, after we got a 1, 2, 3 and then 4 and probably wave 5 toward the downside, of course, to finish this impulse. And of course, we might be in several 1-2s actually, where we go to the 15-minute chart. You have probably 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Now, what if this, of course, is an ABC, and then you got another wave B, and this was your wave C towards the downside, meaning 3 waves down after finishing a contracting diagonal here, which it can be a wave 1, right? In case this is a wave 1 and then you have finished wave 2 here, you would like, of course, to move impulsively toward the upside, right? Breaking at least, of course, this invalidation point for this impulse and continuation for higher prices. How this can be a wave 1? Of course, it can be a wave 1 on the 1 hour chart here by having a running flat, of course, for WXY here in a wave Y running flat, meaning W, X, and a Y. Finish exactly here and starting your 1, 2 here. Your wave Y, this one is a B, and a C toward the downside. However, very low possibility. Why? Because this wave Y here, as a running flat, has to be finished in 5 waves here. Because as a running flat, it's true it is a running flat, but even it has to be finished in 5 waves. Now, do we have 5 waves here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, but this is longer than your wave 3. Your wave 5 is longer than your wave 3. And that means, of course, that when you have a longer wave 5 than wave 3, you cannot consider this as, of course, a diagonal. Your diagonal is finished already here. Now, if we will say, okay, we have finished running flat here, so what does this mean? Yeah, this 3 waves toward the upside. What does it mean? What does it mean, of course, is your bearish scenario, right? Where you have finished a diagonal for wave 1, 2, and then you're looking here, your wave 2, sorry, your wave A, B, and a C for wave 2, and of course your wave 2 here, wave C, for this wave 2 is an impulse or an ending diagonal. Yeah, so in the bearish scenario, I would say it's working much more possible as patterns, much more possible than the bullish one, right? Because if you are bullish here as 1, 2, this has to be a running flat, where your running flat cannot be perfectly finished in 5 waves. Very simple. And of course, it works much more nicer here when you have this leading diagonal. You got your 3 waves up, 3 waves down, finishing and ending a diagonal for your wave C, for a wave 2 at the same time, and then moving impulsively toward the downside. Therefore, the higher possibility goes for the bearish there rather than the bullish, right? In this case scenario, we are looking right now for a wave 4, right? Inside is this, of course, a movement toward the downside, which is supposed to be your trigger for a bigger wave 3 toward the downside. Now, on the 15-minute chart, we can count here probably 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, right? Probable impulse finished here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you got a correction, yeah, and then an impulse. Okay, so you got an impulse, correction, impulse, and now correction, right? So at least you got an ABC 3 waves up, and by getting 3 waves up here, of course it can turn into double 1, 2, but we're gonna explain later. Once you see, of course, 3 waves, here you can say, of course, that you are bearish because this is a correction toward the upside, meaning continuation for later on, of course, for lower prices. Now, the only possible scenario here that you have a wave 1, okay, this is 1, 2, and then you got a wave 3 finish somehow here, and then wave 4 and a 5 in a bigger impulse. This is also a possibility, but I don't like it, to be honest, so much because it looks like, yeah, not nice as an impulse here, right? Well, first we have wave 4 interfering with your zone 1, I mean, let's move. Okay, let's move 5-minute micro analysis here and see if we have an impulse, because it's very crucial to see if you have really an impulse here. You see, it's all overlapping. You cannot call an impulse in this wave, right? 1 2 1 2, yeah, 3 probably here. Okay, 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5. Yes, it is an impulse actually. Wow. Was the wave 4 not interfering with the zone 1? 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5. Now the question mark is this wave 3 impulsive? I mean, it looks like 3 waves. Yeah, how much micro we have to go? I mean, even let's go 3 minutes. So 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5. Wow, even still not very clear wave 3, guys. So yeah, it's I cannot really give it highest possibility, okay? I cannot give it a high possibility. What I see here is 3 waves up, okay? 3 waves up somehow like this. And probably we're gonna range, of course, it is a weekend. We're gonna range a little bit until, of course, we start to move toward the downside. Now it still can move up, yeah? So 3 waves up, kind of like correction, 3 waves down, and then one more wave C, and then start to move toward the downside later on. However, yeah, preferably that, of course, I mean, that it could move on without the weekend range, but yeah, I mean, the weekend always has to take its price, right? And it might, of course, I mean, the time might create something else, right? And we're gonna see what's gonna happen. But basically, the weekend range is very, very clear right now. We're very slow until tomorrow, maybe afternoon, that we start to see something unfolding. Yeah. Unless, of course, you want to finish this correction wave 4. Probably, of course, moving down and one more leg up. And probably tomorrow afternoon, probably start to move toward the downside. But it is preferably, of course, that we don't reach the 0.618. Preferably, I prefer this. But it's not invalidation, but preferably that we don't hit this. And, of course, continue toward the downside in case we are in this bearish scenario. Now, what is a possibility as well that we might still start more boring with a sideways range? It is also possible in an A, B, C, D, and an E, of course, where you might see a wave E here, right? But this, of course, might unfold your bullish scenario, guys. Yeah. So we have to be careful as well. If we finish here in a zigzag, okay, it might, of course, unfold a bullish scenario. Or probably even sometimes the wave E can overshoot, yeah, can overshoot this triangle if in case we are in this triangle like this. And here we go. Sometimes it can overshoot this, playing that okay we are bearish, and then moving toward the upside without invalidation, of course. Yeah. So on KGT 5-minute chart here we are looking, of course, for this bullish signal, which it has appeared probably here, yeah, on the 500, but there is no really strong divergence, right? There is no really strong divergence. So moving slowly toward the upside in a curvy wave, but we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Now, if we get a little bit weaker signals, yeah, we might get the bearish one on the 200. Yeah, the more higher price we get, of course, the stronger the signal will becomes. Yeah, the bearish signal. And yeah, so basically it is still sideways. Look, guys, how much it is very like this convergence from the bearish, it is also invalidated, and also this divergence from the bullish is also invalidated. So that means like a very, very sideways still, and this is incredible boring. Yeah, so we're gonna watch and see what's gonna happen, guys. Trade safe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.